What's up, Brandon here from thirstgym.com, and today we're going to talk about 4 safe overhead pressing exercises that keep your shoulders good and happy and overall make sure they stay healthy. Or if you can't press overhead already, these are going to be some alternatives for you that you can do. Now, the best way to test to tell if this is you, anytime you got to do any kind of overhead pressing variation, you're definitely going to want to say, is that painful or does that cause issues? If it does not, then you might be okay. But the big thing is, are you compensating to do that? So, are you pressing overhead and extending about your low back to get that overhead? If so, you don't probably have the required shoulder mobility to actually press overhead safely long term. You're sacrificing something somewhere to get that barbell overhead. Now, if you're an athlete that has to compete at overhead, so think of like a weightlifter or a strongman, then you're definitely going to want to try to improve your shoulder mobility as you still train overhead so that you can try to do this long term. But if you're somebody that doesn't have to be married to the overhead press, specifically with a barbell, these are going to be 4 exercises I would highly recommend you give a shot. You can still see the same positive benefits in terms of building your shoulders, training that overhead pattern, but you also may get some extra bang for your buck in terms of mobility and abdominal recruitment as well. Let's check out what those are. So the first exercise I really like here is any kind of landmine overhead pressing. So we're gonna show you some different variations that you can use that we can find one that you like or one that works better. We're gonna start from the ground, work our ways up. So the first one's gonna be a half kneeling position. So you're just gonna have your knee on the RX pad, hold the landmine here up by your shoulder, make sure your wrist right underneath your elbow, and then you're just gonna press, lean forward. You're actually gonna wanna get that scapula to move around your rib cage. Own the position as you press, so you don't want to move your body around. Really do this. You can add a reach if you want to get some better mechanics about your rib cage, and that's also going to help them feel better. Then you can just go to a tall kneeling position. It's going to be a little more challenging because you're going to have your hamstrings engaged, glutes slightly engaged, and you can do the same thing. And then you can even move that up into a split stance position where you're going to be in the middle of a lunge. Same exercise. And then you could even go from a staggered stance position up a little bit higher, or even just go standing. Either way is gonna work. The other option you have, if you wanna go from standing, so you can put a plate on there, hold both, and then press overhead and still do both. So you've got a lot of different options there, but the key thing is that we're reaching out in front of us and that we're actually gonna not have to press overhead, and then we've got some different options, the way we can mix it up from week to week if you wanna try different variations. Okay, the next exercise we got here is an incline dumbbell bench press with a neutral grip, but we're gonna elevate our feet on some boxes. And now what the boxes are gonna do is let our back stay good and flat and neutral, so we're not having to be overarched. And then you can just adjust the incline based upon how high you want and how much shoulder mobility you have. So you're just gonna sit on the bench, feet are elevated, palms are gonna face each other, and here I don't have to think about anything my back's doing. This is actually a really comfortable position, and then I can press them together. Or I can even alternate back and forth, just like with the landmine. If we want to have any kind of thoracic movement, we can implement that, but that's going to keep our shoulders happy. And then if I just want to make this higher, I'd elevate it and I can press more vertically, or I can lower it and press more horizontally. But again, I can still train my shoulders as well as make sure I'm in a good, safe range of motion, and then my back's going to feel good as well when I'm done. Third exercise is going to be a foot elevated or feet elevated push-up. So you just need something you can elevate your feet on. And essentially we're just going to make our push-ups a little bit harder, but this is still similar to an overhead pressing variation. So we just go down as low as we comfortably can and press back up. If you want to make that more challenging, you can add an opposite toe touch to get more of that overhead position. Or you can obviously increase the height of your box, and that's going to make the incline steeper. And that still gives me more variation in terms of overhead pressing, but you can also do it for higher reps that are safe. The other good thing is that lets the scapula move around the rib cage, always the benefit of push-ups, and then you just knock this out as a finisher for like a chest and shoulder day if you're wanting some higher reps. And the last exercise is just a regular incline bench, but using a Swiss bar. So we're kind of mixing everything together here, from the dumbbells to the landmine, and just trying to think how we can overload that. So I think this is like your main strength exercise if you can't overhead press with a barbell. So just again, you need a Swiss bar. Someone's got some neutral grips or varying handles. That way you're in a little bit more of that externally rotated position. That's gonna feel better on your shoulders. And then adjust your incline based upon what you can do comfortably. So that's just a regular like 30 degrees. But then you're just gonna get underneath the barbell, find the handles that work best for you. So you can start with narrower or slightly medium. I wouldn't really recommend the wide if you're having issues pressing overhead. I'd stay a little more towards the closer spectrum of things, and then you're just gonna unrack, bring it out, and then come all the way down as low as you comfortably can. If you can touch your chest, awesome. If not, just get close, about chin level, and then you're gonna press up and back, and then you would rack it. Again, that would be more of your strength-based exercise. So again, if you can't press overhead, this would be the exercise that you can load up for 3 to 5 reps to build your strength qualities. So some final takeaways here today are that you've got a lot of different variations. You can still simulate or replicate pressing overhead, but we're trying to find exercises that are safer and more shoulder friendly for you. As you notice, most of those had things that we could do to improve our movement capabilities as well, which is a huge benefit. But all at the end of the day, just finding the exercises and the variations that work best for you and your goals is the ideal place to be. So you don't have to use all of these. Pick one, throw it in your training program, see how it helps you, and then from there you can dabble with the others and say, hey, I want to improve my movement, or hey, I want to improve my strength, especially if it's going to help my bench press, and the incline bench might be more favorable for you, or if you want to use the dumbbells because it's quicker and more time efficient, or the Landmine if you want to do something that again improves your overall movement capabilities, or if you happen to be an ex-athlete, you like to throw footballs, baseballs on the weekend, play different kind of rec sports, that would also be a good variation. And then the push-up one is just one you can honestly just do at home or anywhere if you're looking to just get a good quick workout in. So give those variations a try. Let me know what you think. Again, there's nothing wrong with the barbell overhead press, but there's a lot better variations that we can pick for athletes, clients, or even yourself if you're still trying to build some good quality shoulders, but save your shoulder health in the long run. If you got any questions, let me know in the comment section below. Thanks. Have a great day.